Finally, our last lesson. This is like the granddaddy of them all. So this is the quadratic formula. This will be on your EOC, so when you see it, use it. It will find those solutions for you. Remember, the plus minus means there could be two answers. We've seen that before. Remember, this is the formula for the discriminant. Anyway, so here we go. Like I said, the discriminant really is what's inside here, so we're good. So we're just going to master this formula. Again, our A for this first one equals 1. Our B is -2, and our C is -35. So now we get to punch all that in. I'm going to get my glasses on for this one. All right, so x equals, because that's our solutions, or our roots, where it crosses that x-intercept. So x is equal to a negative b. So that would be a -2. So a -2 plus or minus square root b squared, so -2 squared, minus 4 times a times c, all divided by 2 times our a. All right, let's simplify this a little bit. Minus minus 2 is a positive 2. Plus or minus. Now, in our calculators, we're going to keep it like that. Okay, so let's put in the -2 in parentheses, like we did yesterday, minus 4 times 1 times -35. I got 138 here. Okay, now, since this is positive, we know we're going to have two solutions, so you can just expect that. Divided by 2. Okay, now let's go ahead and simplify this 138. The square root of 138. So second square root 138, and we're going to round to the nearest tenth, so that's 11.7. So I am going to say x equals 2 plus 11.7. I'm going to put that in parentheses because I'm going to have to solve that. Divided by 2, and 2 minus 11.7 divided by 2. X equals. Now, so all of this, what we did for factoring, all that good stuff. Now, sometimes they want those factors, but sometimes they just want these solutions. So this is just like I said, the all-star way to find those solutions. So in parentheses, I'm going to put 2 plus 11.7 divided by, I have to put that in parentheses, 2, or you're not going to get the right answer. 6.85 says to the 10th, so that would be 6.9. And then 2 minus, just go up here and change that to a minus, and I get a negative 4.9. So those are my two solutions. That's actually kind of fun. It's not too bad. Let's try this one. This one, you notice my negatives over here. So I'm going to add 12 to both sides. So I end up with 2x squared minus 9x plus 12, because they're not like terms. Now we're in standard form. This is my A, my B, and my C. Substitute our values in. X equals a negative, again, -9 plus or minus the square root of b squared, so -9 in parentheses, minus 4 times our A times our C, extend that, all divided by 2 times 2 this time, 2 times our A. All right? simplify. X is equal to 9 plus or minus, let's do this guy. Parentheses, negative 9 parentheses, squared, minus 4 times 2 times 12 gives me a negative 15. Okay, now the problem with that, well, let me keep going, e over 4. So before I said x equals 9 plus whatever that is, but if you put negative 15 and try to square it, or square root it, so second square root a negative 15, it doesn't work. This, remember, this is our discriminant, our negative 15, and since it is below 0, there are no solutions. So I can cross this out. My discriminant was negative 15, therefore, I don't need to do any more. No solution. Let's try another one. Okay. We have our A, our B, our C already ready to go. Our formula, x minus a negative 12, that's a first, plus or minus square root 12 squared minus 4 times my 2 times my 18, all divided by 2 times my a. Clean it up. X is equal to a negative 12 plus or minus. Okay, let's punch in this information there. So 12 squared minus 4 times 2 times 18. 0, which is fine. How many solutions are you going to have? 1. So that was pretty easy. Over 4. Clean this up. Negative 12 plus or minus 0, it doesn't matter. It's going to end up with a negative 12. Divided by 4, x is equal to negative 3. I think those are kind of fun. You don't have to memorize this formula. It will always be given to you. So there you go. You're done with this chapter.